Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Approximately 150 people are killed every year by falling coconuts, compared to the 22 killed from the pit bull type breed. Therefore, you are more than 60 times more likely to be killed by a palm tree than a pit bull in the United States in 2012. BSL, or breed-specific legislation, is a law that bans or restricts certain types of dogs based on their appearance, usually because they are perceived as dangerous breeds or type dogs. My parents own a dangerous pit bull, Scarlet, and we have faced plenty of discrimination from neighbors, homeowner societies, and vet clinics, where in reality she is far sweeter and more gentle than our black lab. BSL does not take into account how an owner has raised, trained, or managed the dog. It does not take into account the animal's actual behavior, and therefore results in unfair behavior to innocent animals. Throughout this speech, I plan on describing the issues of BSL, available solutions, and hopefully how we can impact the influence in treatment of these animals. So, how does the BSL mumbo jumbo affect you? It is a common misconception that BSL refers only to breed bans. According to Jackie Fitzgerald at Stop BSL, BSL is seen in two forms: bans and restrictions. A breed ban requires that all dogs with certain appearance be removed from the area wherein the ban has been implemented. After the effective date of the ban, dogs in the area that are identified as the targeted breed are subject to being killed by animal control. Though in some cases, such dogs may be saved if relocation is an option. Breed-specific restrictions may require an owner of a targeted breed to do any of the following or more, depending on how the law is written: muzzle the dog in public, spay or neuter the dog, contain the dog in a kennel with specific requirements, place vicious dog signs at the place of residence, or even make the dog wear a vicious dog tag or other identifying marker. Breed-specific legislation applies only to dogs of a certain appearance. It does not take into account how it's been raised, trained, or managed. It does not take into account the actual behavior. Some breed-specific laws don't target specific breeds, but rather a loosely defined class's dog, such as pit bull or shepherd. Almost all BSL includes a substantially similar clause, which states that any dog with an appearance or physical characteristic that are substantially similar to the aforementioned breeds. In other words, targeted dogs are often subject to BSL not because they are in fact a specific breed, but because they simply look similar to the particular breed or have a general physical appearance that someone might consider targeted breed-like. BSL does not improve public safety or prevent dog bites. BSL requires that each and every dog be identified as a breed, something that has been proven to not be able to be done accurately or objectively. BSL does nothing to make irresponsible owners accountable. So how do we fix it? There are a number of alternative solutions, such as non-breed specific options, leash laws, mandatory spaying or neutering, or even safety education. Instead of being judged by breed, dogs should be judged on the basis of not being properly socialized, trained, or contained, as in most cases, these traits are of the dogs that are implicated in dog bites. All communities could have a leash law in place, requiring that a dog keep his or her dog on a leash when the dog is off the property. The leash ensures that the dog is under the owner's direct control and supervision. The law should also provide for increased punishments for repeated offenders. Unneutered males are overwhelmingly implicated in these situations, both fatal and non-fatal. In fact, this single factor is more strongly correlated to fatal attacks than the dog's breed or manner of containment. Simply spaying or neutering dogs that are not owned by registered dog breeders would reduce the instances of dominance displayed by the animal. The CDC and AVMA and many other health and safety groups insist that education is a key component in dog bite prevention strategies. It makes sense that all people, young and old, should learn the basics of dog safety, even if they don't own a dog. In the US, children make up the majority of dog bite victims. This points to a clear need for education of both children and parents about how to behave around dogs and avoid being bitten. But what would these alternatives really do for the community? Studies have proven that breed-specific legislation does not reduce dog bites or improve public safety. Non-targeted breeds continue to bite and do severe, sometimes fatal damage. Yet tens of thousands of guiltless dogs of targeted breeds have been and continue to be rounded up and killed in the name of breed-specific legislation. If BSL was altered to target animals of certain personality traits instead of breed characteristics, innocent animals would be no longer punished. A breed ban removes well-loved dogs from their families, even if either the dog or owner has ever caused any problems. Breed bans force animals to give up family members. Children can become traumatized if they're removal of their best friend. If BSL was altered, less families would be torn apart from man's best friend. Lastly, if the truth about what animals are actually committing the offenses and the true behavior of the other animals, the targeted breeds, was released, they would face less discrimination and receive the love and affection they really deserve. So what do we do now? Simply stated, I am asking you to educate and not discriminate. Learn the facts before you turn a cold shoulder on a breed of dog. Simply stated, I am asking you to take action on the bill. It is available at stopbsl.org. BSL does not take into account how an owner has raised, trained, or managed the dog. Let's utilize an alternative to save our innocent animals. Petey from the Little Rascals was a pit bull, and nobody was scared of him then. Together, we can make a difference and have a voice for the innocent animals that cannot stand up for themselves. Thanks, and get 'em.